Well, it's entirely impossible to have a conversation about South African house music or the house scene in general without mentioning our next guest in the same sentence. From an 11-year-old boy working at a record store to the days of DJing at Club Gemini, he's gone on to become one of South Africa's and the world, quite frankly, most respected house producers, widely credited for laying the foundations for the SA dance scene, which is still flourishing today. We're referring to the legendary DJ Christos, who's going to spend the morning with us to chat all things music, finals and friendships, and of course his dance music summit. DJ Christos, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I mean, what goes through your mind when you look at the video like the one we've just played now?
I was actually watching it.
Yeah.
I wasn't at where it was shot, but it's nice.
And does music still make you feel as good as it did when you were a young boy working in a record store?
Yep, it's music. I think what keeps me going is music. I think my career is just based around that, you know. While I was growing up, I just had this love, this passion, especially for soulful music or soul music at that time, jazz. And it kind of, it's just part of me, you know.
Yeah. And 30 years on for you. I mean, you've been doing this for a very, very long time. You've seen all the changes. You've seen the highs and the lows. How excited are you still about particularly house music, looking at how the music landscape continues to change so much in South Africa?
I'm still excited about it because it's a foundation, you know, and dance music, you know, as a whole, has just got such an impact within the world, within communities, and for me it's exciting, and I always strive to get involved in new things. You know, I'm not the person that let's play those classics, you know. I love the classics, but you know, it's all about the new, you know, and that's what it is for me, you know.
Let's talk about just how this journey has been like for you. I mean, you've been at this for a very long time. You've had a flourishing career. You've, you know, established yourself as just one of those names that will be celebrated forever, especially in the genre of music. How have you done it?
Like I said, I think it's passion, you know. It's passion. You love what you do. You know, I'm a lover of music and a lover of entertainment.
But there's also other things, you know, in there. It's not just music. It's the parties. It's the women. It's the money. It's the entertainment world in itself is such a completely different beast. And we've seen how many people have been swallowed up by it. But not
I think if I haven't been swallowed up by now, I won't get swallowed up. Like I say, you know, I think I put my priorities first, and the music and my career comes first. I'm dedicated to it, you know. As much as I'm DJing every week still, and you know, you go through your music all the time. You prepare sets. You try and find a mindset of where do you think the future. You know, in other words, house music changes or music genres change. You know, every 6 months, every year, and where's the next genre? And make sure you jump there first. You know. That's very important, and to do that you kind of have to be on it. And another thing is we're global right now as well. You got to think globally, and that's my challenge right now, is to get everybody here to start thinking globally, because I think when we're kind of wasting our talents in a certain sense. You know, and we're boxing ourselves.
Christos, I mean, I've heard that you have about over 100,000 vinyls. Is that true? And what are some of the memories that come with, you know, just still having physical vinyls?
Well, it's an amazing, you know, with vinyls at least, you know, you could pick up the songs to, you know, see the cover, the credits are there, everything, you know, where today everything is downloads. You buy your music off downloads, you know, covers are not important, the information is not important, which kind of, I don't know, you know, it lets you down in a certain way, you know, you don't have that same feeling. And it's that touch, you know, of actually picking up that vinyl. But on another aspect, you know, moving around and traveling the way I do and carrying those vinyls, that's another story. You know, it's much easier with a USB stick. But at the same time, you know, my whole point about this is that it's all about the music, you know, so I'm kind of, if the music is good and you're playing the right music, it doesn't matter which format it's on. You know, I'll play it.
Let's talk about the dance summit that you are hosting. What is it all about? Where did it all begin for you, and where would you like to see it go, quite frankly?
Being honest, myself and Lady Saki got together and we felt we wanted to give something back. You know, And most importantly as well, I think with social media and everything, especially the big hype, I think over the past 5 years, there's so much misinformation on social media. And I think when the summit is very much a skills development, it's not a conference where we talk, a talk shop. It's skills development. And I felt we don't have much of that. And a lot of people ask for advice, a lot of people ask for help, mentoring, and I don't have the time. And I felt the summit is a perfect platform. And another important thing is I did something similar a few years ago, about 15 years ago, and a lot of fruits came out of it, you know. Your black coffees went through that, your Shimzas, Zintle, Chima music, and it brought a lot of fruits because it kind of opens doors for people that have the talent.
And who are going to be on the stage as the speakers this time around?
There's so many, you know. We've got Kineuki from Japan. We've got, I can't mention a name because we haven't announced him yet, but from New Zealand, we've got Rocco Rodemal from France. We've got Frank Roger from France, Lars Brenneroth from Germany, and kind of a lot of great South African producers, so many, you know, Chima music, sculptured music, Lula Cafes there. There's so many people from various industries, in other words, even people within management and contracts and things like that. And what we've done that's different with this summit is we've actually curated the summit. So it's kind of, don't come and tell us your story.
Yes.
Not that we don't want to hear it, because your story is great, but we kind of, let's stick to what we want to teach. Where are we now? And each session is curated to where are we now and where do we go to? And that's kind of, so it's very kind of curated, you know, in a certain sense, that what do we need to learn? What do the young people need to learn?
Absolutely agree with you on the misinformation that's out there on social media, and I think it's about time that musicians take their business of music seriously. DJ Christos, it's been lovely having you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
That's legendary record producer and DJ, the godfather of house, DJ Christos, speaking to us about his illustrious career spanning over 30 years, as well as the Dance Music Summit taking place from the 24th to the 27th of March 2020 at Conhill right here in Johannesburg. If you're a musician, you're into the business of music, you want to learn, come through to this very carefully curated event and you'll definitely have a lot to take away with you.